Most people think childhood is something you outgrow, something that ends when you become rational, independent, functional. But Carl Jung warned us about something far more unsettling. You never leave childhood behind. You carry it inside you. Inside every adult lives a child. Not a memory, not nostalgia, but a living psychological force. Jung called it the inner child, and it doesn't disappear with age. It matures only if it is recognized. When it isn't, it doesn't rest. It reacts. This is why intelligent adults lose control over small criticisms. Why successful people feel empty. Why love feels like desperation instead of connection. This isn't immaturity. It's an unseen child demanding attention. The inner child carries two things at once: our deepest wounds and our greatest potential: creativity, sensitivity, curiosity, and also abandonment, rejection, shame. Modern life teaches us to suppress all of this. We are rewarded for being productive, controlled, emotionally quiet. So we learn to wear masks. The strong one, the responsible one, the successful one. But Jung observed something disturbing in his clinical work. The more a person represses the inner child, the more it appears in destructive ways. Anxiety, emotional dependency, addictions, burnout. The child doesn't disappear. It moves into the shadows. And from there, it sabotages. Jung identified three main expressions of the inner child. The first is the wounded child. This child learned early that its needs were too much. That vulnerability was unsafe. That love had conditions. In adulthood, this child creates fear of intimacy, overreactions to criticism, and a constant feeling of not being enough. The second is the eternal child. This one avoids responsibility. It escapes into pleasure, novelty, distraction. It fears limits. And the third is the divine child. This is the part of you capable of meaning, creativity, and intuition. The part that feels life as something alive. But when the wounded and eternal child dominate, this one goes silent. Most adults live their entire lives ruled by the first two, not because they are weak, but because no one ever taught them how to become internally strong. And this is where Jung introduces one of his most important ideas. True maturity is not suppressing the inner child. It is developing an inner adult capable of caring for it. He called this the internal paternal ego. This is the part of you that can pause, observe, and respond instead of react. When criticism feels unbearable, it recognizes. This pain belongs to the child, not the moment. When rejection hurts too deeply, it says, I see you. You're not alone anymore. This internal dialogue changes everything. You stop fighting yourself. You stop outsourcing safety to relationships. This process is called reparenting. Not reliving the past, not blaming caregivers, but consciously becoming the adult you needed. It means validating your emotions instead of shaming them, setting boundaries instead of abandoning yourself. Over time, something profound happens. The child stops screaming. Reactions soften. Relationships become choices instead of survival strategies. Creativity returns. Presence deepens. Jung believed the child is a symbol of wholeness. When integrated, you no longer live divided between who you show the world and who suffers in silence. You become your own home. The inner child doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be met. And when it finally is, it stops being a burden and becomes a guide. The answer you've been searching for was never outside. It has always been within you. Small, sensitive, and waiting.